Welcome back. In this activity, what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 of our old objects that we've used before, and we're going to go ahead and create them in Inventor. So the command we're going to, or the technique we're going to use is going to be additive. So all we're going to do is keep building parts and adding on. We're not going to cut any parts away in this version. You're just going to be adding all of the parts. First thing we need to do is we're going to go and create a sketch. We can pick any of the 3 planes that show up, and when you look at this center dot will mean a lot to you later. As of right now, it doesn't mean too much, but that is the center of all of the planes, and that's what we work off of to be able to do all of our drawings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw this out as if each block is an inch. So I'm going to start with the red T up top, and it's going to be 3 inches wide. If I just click on the right here, it'll center that for me. I can go vertical. You see that perpendicular constraint show up. 1 inch over, 1 inch in, 1 inch up, inch again, inch, nope. Alright, and then I completed the shape. Now when the lines are purple, that means the dimensions fully constrain them, so they know exactly where they are. If I went ahead and I drew something that wasn't connected to any other point, it would turn up as a green line. Those green lines, if you change something else, it might change those as well. So a purple line is usually something you're better off with, because those lines are fully constrained and they won't change when you're adding other things on there. Now what I can do is I just click Finish Sketch. I like to use my little view box, so I just clicked on the corner and it brought it back out for me. Then I can click on Extrude, and then this menu shows up, but it's hidden, so I drop down so I can see everything that's on here. Generally what happens is you got to click and pick your profile. Since I only had a very simple profile, it picked it for me. And the offset distance already is a 1 inch. So that was a good preset for us because that's what we're working with. So when I click OK, I now have my T shape, and that's done for me. If you take a look on the bottom, I've actually started out and preset myself with 3 open parts documents. So I can just go and I clicked on another one, and I can start working on another screen while my T1 is still there. So here I go. I'm going to go look at this one. This time I'm going to look from the top, and the top is just one big rectangle. So I'm going to use the rectangle command this time, and I see it's 2 blocks by 2 blocks. So if I go 2 tab 2, that's going to give me my square. I can finish that, extrude. It's already set an inch because I only want 1 layer, and there we go. I've got that bottom surface. I can rotate that so that I can see it in the angle I want, if that's something I want to do, just to visually show you that that's the bottom. And then I'm going to be making this square on top. So next part, what we do is we can make another sketch, and you click on this top surface. So it's going to go and make it from your top surface. Now I've got a square that already shows, or a point that already shows up. If I wanted, I could project geometry of this point because that was the one that was in the back, if that makes my life easier, and I can start from there. So you can see that green dot that shows up. That means I'm going to lock onto that spot. I go 1 tab 1, enter, and now I can just make my square that's on top. And now I have my object. Alright, then we're going to move on to the third object. Go ahead, create a sketch, and this one is only 3 squares on the bottom, and then I have 1 on the next level. So all I'm going to do is I'll just draw lines here. I was 2 squares over, 2 enter, fit it to screen, 2 enter, fit it again, 1 enter, 1 enter, and then it locked into place at one there, and now I'm down to the bottom, and I completed my shape. Remember, if you forget a line, it's not going to extrude your shape. You're going to get an incomplete object. Click OK. Now I've got my generic setup, but I've got to make sure that I put it on the correct side, or else it's going to be backwards. So if I want to, I can just set it up just like it is on the screen over here. And you're going to see I've got all three squares. That means I want to put it on this one right here. So I'm going to create a sketch on this surface. Doesn't matter where on the surface I click. And another fun thing, if I project geometry of this corner, I don't have to do any measurements because I've got this one I can click on and that one, and I already know that they were 1 by 1. Extrude, and now I have the last of the three shapes. Thanks for watching.